you go. We are already live. That timer is so fast. Hello, everyone coming from the D.G.Pals world, especially those coming from the Philippines. This is Kaisaya, one of your moderators in there, and I'm so happy to be here because finally I get to interview and speak with one of our co-founders, our product development manager, which is Kit Lau. And yeah, everyone was on the stream. Thank you for being in here. I hope you'll prepare your questions later on because Kit will be here to answer all of those. So I guess Kit, I hope you're ready. We hope to see you in
Thanks for
camera
having me,
as
Kaisaya.
all right. So here we go. Say hi to Kit. Hey Kit, how are you
Hi,
doing?
everyone. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's been long overdue that we have this AMA. Wow, I'm trying to match
Yes.
your energy level.
Oh,
The difference
it's
between a
okay.
pro and a
It's
developer.
okay, it's okay. Maybe along the way we will be able to, or you will be able to match my energy. So yeah, giving you shout outs to everyone on the stream. Christino, Fred, Isa, those who love Web3 games, NFT games, play to earn games. What else we want to call, you want to call it, blockchain games or games in the Cronos chain. Share this live stream to your friends because it's time for them to discover what D.G.Pals is all about. So yeah, Kit, maybe you would wanna introduce yourself, or do you wanna like prepare, or are you still working on your camera? Because I'm pretty sure our viewers would love to see you as well. Although they saw your photo already in the thumbnail for sure. Many would love to see you as well, but yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself to our viewers. Like, what do you do with this project, and maybe some information about the core members as well.
I have to apologize to everyone. My camera is not looking great. I mean, compared to Kaisaya's, like my setup is really pathetic. So I did a camera test just now and I look horrible, like really
It's
pixelated,
okay. It's
and green
okay.
screen is not really working very well. Anyways, yeah, so I'm Kit. I'm one of the co-founders for D.G.Pals, and thanks for having me. I'm really thankful for this opportunity to really be sharing this project with the Philippines community and also with your followers, with your fans. This is really a great opportunity for us to really show everyone what NFT gaming can be like, right? So I think we all have been seeing the ups and downs of different ideas, right? Trying to break into the NFT gaming space. There are a lot of projects. There are also a lot of scams, of course. So I think it's very
Yeah.
important for us to have this kind of conversation so that we really can show you guys that we are genuine. We are all doxed. You can check us out. You can see our LinkedIn. I believe some of our guys have even attempted to visit our studio. So, so
Oh,
yeah, I
I
mean,
hope I
you can
hope
easily
maybe
find
next
us.
time I can vlog as well in the studio when I visit Singapore. Will I
Yes,
be?
please.
Well, yes, please. Let's plan that. But yeah, go ahead and continue, Kit, about you and the other people in the core team as well.
Yeah, so of course, Samson is pretty busy right now. So he's in Vietnam. In fact, we have a lot of
Mm.
companies and studios to run. So he's working with his esports team over there. So
Mm-hmm.
meanwhile, we are holding the fort here, trying to ship out the games. I think we are all on a very tight schedule right now to really roll out two different games in a single month, right? So this is kind of unheard of in the NFT space. Like who rolls out two games in one month, right? Of course, those who
Who?
have been following us since December, they thought, hey, New World's supposed to come out earlier, right? So I think we did say that we went through some migration from BSC to Cronos,
Mm.
and actually we tried to repurpose, right, some of the NFTs from the BSC space to the Chronos space. So I think there were some changes that we need to adopt, and also there were some, of course, external factor, right, like the market volatility and also things that have been happening. I think we have to keep our heads to the ground and really understand what the market demands of NFT gaming and the type of expectations that we must uphold when we actually ship out the game. So I think that with all this considered, yeah, I think having two games go out this month isn't that bad. We have two more by the end of this year, so four games, right? So I think this is pretty
Who?
exciting.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, I think you're not gonna run out of choices in case, let's say if you got, okay, I'm bored. I want something new. I want some new genre. But yeah, may I just go back to your role as the development here in Digipal's project. So as a product development, can you? Of course, there will be viewers in here in our stream wonder, okay, as a product developer, what do you actually do or contribute in the project?
Right. Okay. So my day to day would constitute mostly development and also sync up, and also looking for angles to so-called capitalize on, right, when it comes to designing a game product. Because end of the day is that we can't just build a product blindly, right? So we need data, we need market research, we need feedback, we need advice. So I think these are all informations that's going to come from different people, different sources, and also different expertise can actually mine this data to help us make sense of them. So there's a lot of R&D and also research work that goes
Mm-hmm.
into what goes into our game project. That's one part of it. So the other part is actually managing development resources, like who does what on a daily basis, and also what kind of development roadblock we have to solve together. Like for example, one of the games suddenly realized that, hey, in order for this mechanic to make sense, we need to put in this feature. And by putting in this feature, we kind of say that, oh, we need a whole bunch of artists maybe to be redirected or repurposed, right, to support this particular feature. So that's where the resource management comes in, and we have like studios in Singapore, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Taiwan. So there
Mm-hmm.
are some quite a number of coordination to go around, and of course, some of our guys can see me engaging them on the Discord, not as much as I would like to, but I'm still there. My name is always there. I try to give them information based on what we receive firsthand. At the same time, try to answer some of the questions they may have with regards to the project and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean it's good to actually see the people on Discord and communicate with them, right? So I think that's good. That's good information. And oh, I think I forgot to mention a while ago during the intro. So all our viewers are actually giving away 5 D.G.Eggs for the best questions asked later. So make sure, while discussing about D.G.Pals at the start of the stream, at the first half of the stream, you are prepared later on once we start the open floor AMA. So yeah, I mean, thank you so much for that information, Kit, and of course some of the background about the core team members in this project. So maybe just ask like what are digitals, what are they actually, and what's the story behind this in this game, what's the vision of the project, the roadmap that you have. You mentioned about games launching in 1 month already a while ago, but can you give it just a little bit more detail about the genre, about the story, because for sure some of our viewers in here just encountered about this project too. So yeah, go ahead, Kit.
Okay, I think number one is that we come from a traditional gaming industry, right? So we build a lot of games for mobile space, for PC, for console. We even have incubator for physical tabletop games. We recently actually have a Kickstarter game that just got fully pledged. It's a Singapore-made board game, right? It's for family fun, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I think looking at the Web3 space, we saw an opportunity to deliver a different kind of gaming experience, right? So it's not really saying the fact that, some people at Web3 can spend more because they see this as a form of investment rather than a form of entertainment. But from our standpoint is that Web3 provided the ownership kind of concept to gameplay, which we thought was very interesting and actually very captivating. And that's where we revolve around, like designing a gameplay whereby ownership is the core so-called experience, right? When it comes to playing the Digipal or experiencing the Digiverse, I think this is really one of the things that we want to wrap the entire so-called product around, right? Really so-called embracing Web3 rather than having it be another game that can be played on, say, a mobile game or like a PC game. I think there's a big difference there, right? So again, I think most of the developers who are in with us, in the community, they were saying, whatever you can do on Web3 in terms of game design, I can do the same thing in a centralized server. So why should I be putting this game product? So I think with that kind of comment, we are very conscious about the kind of features that we put in and also the kind of experience of owning the NFTs. So I think it can be felt with the Genesis one that just got sold out recently. We are going to be taking a lot of care for the Genesis NFT holders because I think those the keyword is Genesis, right? It is actually the seed of growing this entire IP and also growing the entire user base. And I hope that we will someday reach like hundreds of thousands of users. So I think this 10,000 NFTs is going to play a very important role in making sure that happens. So I think this is really what we are thinking about when it comes to the NFT space, rather the Web3 space. It's a very abstract concept, so I want to go a little bit more detail into like how exactly are we trying to capture this. Like for example, right, I have played like thousands of hours of Left 4 Dead 2. I'm a big fan, right? And the thing is, nobody will know that I'm a big fan unless I tell them this particular fact, right? So, and I have that record on Steam. It says that I've played 1,000 over hours of L4D2. Of course, if no one sees it, right, then yeah, I mean, just my words against theirs. But I think Web3 really allow you to, have that kind of badge of honor as a gamer, right? It instantly validated and easily validated and fact checked by anybody if they think that what it's worth searching up for. So I think this is really one of the key differences here, right? So if one day Steam decides to shut down their services, my records in L4D or any other type of game that I'm invested in is going to be lost. Whereas if let's say a game service were to shut down, you are still holding on to the very initial release of NFTs and also other kinds of pieces, right, relics, right, of that particular game product that has once exist and you have participated in. I think that's really a very unique concept for gamers. Because end of the day, we are all quite sentimental when it comes to gaming because good games often leaves us with very deep impression of the entire gaming experience. Like people will always remember their first bosses in Final Fantasy. People will always remember their first adventure in Legends of Zelda. I think when we grew up with this kind of experiences, it really hang on to us and really built us up to who we are and also what we like in the future. I think this is really that part that NFT can provide for young gamers, right? To have that one thing to hold on to, regardless whether the game survives the test of time or not. And I think this is really something that we hope to really be able to deliver actual this kind of sentimental value for the NFTs that gets churned out inside this game, right? So I think we don't believe in this whole so-called artificial scarcity concept, like I'm only releasing 6,000, only 6,000 players can play my game. I think this is not the right way to sustain the value of the NFT, rather than having it be meaningful for the players to want to have the desire to hold on to it rather than liquidating it because they see it as a kind of a profit-making vessel. So I think this is really the big difference between what we are trying to achieve here as a game product. I hope that makes sense for you guys.
Yeah, actually, gotta agree on that. You know what? If maybe I was actually still reminiscing. You mentioned about games we grew up with. Yeah, I could remember Final Fantasy. One of my favorites, Suikoden too, as well. Like the story. If I could only have maybe my favorite characters coming from that game. If I'm only owning maybe an NFT or whatnot, just to okay, this is the character that I have, nurtured or things like that. But that wasn't possible during those times. But now I think with this technology that we have, there's a lot of possibilities of about what we can do in terms of applying all this technology in terms of gamification. So yeah, thank you so much for that, Kit. And we have in here a demo, right? I wonder if it's the right time already to actually like put this out, and if we can actually sneak peek this. Is the adventure? Is this the siege defense?
No, this is New
Or
World. So yeah,
New World. So okay, maybe later then. Maybe later we'll just so guys, everyone who's currently watching right now, if you are curious about, what to expect in this game, later on we're gonna show it to you because I'm lucky I have, this early, not really early access, but
you
a
can show it if you
preview.
want.
Wait, I'm so excited, but I think I just want to hold on just a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. So for sure we have a lot of gamers in here. Actually, of course, my community, they're all gamers and they are interested in games. And along with me, my journey from Web 2 to Web 3 games, they have joined me. But could you share more things about the features of the games in D.G.Pals?
Okay, well, I'm going to start with New World since this is the one that's coming up first. New World is actually a very immersive and story-heavy gameplay, right? And the thing is, it's actually a transition between a digital item that we have given out to the players, and until it fully evolves into an NFT at the end of 5 days. So I think this is really that journey that we are trying to build up, throughout that entire 5 days while it's hanging out in your own home. You will actually go out on adventures, you will find different things and come back with stories to tell you. right? And it has a different evolution route, a little bit like what you can expect from Digimon or that kind of thing. And and yeah, it's a little bit random, and it's also a bit more like explorative. And you can actually still farm for some tokens once in a while. And of course, every time it evolves, you will get some. And yeah, I think this is really one of the so-called experiences we want to deliver. And the thing is, we intentionally design such that New World is not so gameplay intensive, because we do not expect players to be spending a lot of time when the rest of the games are rolled out, right? Inside New World. New World is supposed to serve as a stepping stone into this universe that we are developing. So that hence the name New World. And at the same time, it's heavily on the story side, so players can actually go in and read and explore if they want to. If not, they can really just leave the eggs to slowly incubate and hatch, and as well as mature into NFTs. Then they can actually take these NFTs and move on to the next game called Legends, right? So DGP Legends is actually a more of a PvP 5v5 squad battler kind of game concept. And the thing is, we are not stopping at just having the 5v5, because we want it to be a full-fledged game, right? So there's going to be a lot of features that's going to come in. There's going to be daily quests, weekly quests, Genesis and limited edition NFTs will unlock even more quests with exclusive rewards that is of a different tier as compared to a regular NFT. And on top of that, inside the clan system that we're going to roll out at a later phase, you're going to be expecting a lot more competition and also competitive game mode, right? So really it's for players who wants to compete, players who really wants to collect the NFTs and also build up different types of teams, different types of meta to really support their clans in achieving, the top tier and higher rank up and rewards and whatnot. So I think that's the part that we will definitely be pushing for Legends. In fact, one of our game designer is also thinking about something a bit more drastic, like at some point inside the development lifespan of Legends, there's going to be a revamp of the entire PvP system, such that it will really, really be a lot more skill based, right? So I think these are really some of the thoughts that have already been put in, even though the game has not been shipped out, because we have to plan early. We have to make sure that the infrastructure can support it. Yeah. So that's where we are at with Legends.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's good that there is already the thinking about, okay, how else we can grow this, right? So to those who don't know, Kit did mention about those eggs that you have to take care of and allow it to hatch after certain days. So that's why that's why you could potentially win later on if we pick one of your questions, as those 5 lucky questions will be able to answer later on. So those are what we call the D.G.Eggs. So yeah. Now, Kit, just curious as well. So, in this game, you mentioned about teams, community, and all that as well. We do know, we've read in the white paper as well, there are clans or guilds in D.G.Pals. So, how exactly can the players build their own clans or guilds in here in D.G.Pals?
Okay, so the community has already started forming clans. So we wanted to decouple the word guilds and clans, because it can be a little bit confusing, right? Because clans is actually our in-game community system, whereas gaming guilds has been forming all over the place in the NFT space, and it becomes quite integral to the point where if we were to say that there are guilds inside our game, it's going to be a little bit confusing. So I think that's why we said, okay, we're going to be forming clans. So if you want to form a clan, you actually need to secure a ultra rare NFT, because it has the so-called potential, or rather for you to unlock the clan creation system inside our game. So if you do not have one ultra rare, it's okay. You can actually find somebody who has it and also just join their clan, right? So the clan is Digiverse wide. So what that means is that if you are in clan 1, you will be in the same clan for Legends, in adventures and subsequent games later on. So I think that's where the gaming part, the divide and conquer concept comes in, right? So we do not want, or we do not need everyone to be playing every single game that we ship, or rather, you just have to play the game that you like and contribute to the growth of your clan. So I think that's really where we are going at with this entire NFT project, because we noticed that, in all of the NFT project right now, it's that one genre, right? It's one game. So if you do not happen to like the genre, even if you like the project, you like the team, you like their tokenomics, you like what they have put together in the NFT space, if you do not enjoy the game, you're not going to be sticking around for a long time. So I think what we want to do differently is to create all kinds of genres, right, where you can contribute to your clan regardless of what gameplay you play. So I think this is the part whereby game 3, which is adventure, is going to focus heavily on social gaming and on PvE. So it's not going to be super competitive, and it's also going to be a lot more engaging because it's a tower defense game, right? So I hope there's a lot of tower defense fans
Yeah.
here. I'm one huge fan myself.
Yeah, and I think relaxing. You mentioned about I think at least that's but from my perspective, we don't want this game to be like boring or stressful. We play games because either we love the story, we love the artwork, we love the concept behind it. So at some point, yes, maybe there's the competitiveness or things like that in a particular game. But we have an option to actually design a game that will allow our players to actually enjoy or really just basically have fun and chill in this game. So I think that's what we're at least what we're getting in terms of the impression for D.G.Pals. So thank you for that, Kit. But I think one of the other concerns coming from gamers in this space, in this Web3 space, is the longevity, the long-term stability of a project. Like, yes, say many people would say that, we're docs and all that. This is our background, this is our credentials and all that. But is there actually like a plan already by the D.G.Pals team members about maintaining the long-term stability of the project? And if in case, what is that?
Right. I think during the entire fundraising journey that we had completed from January all the way until now, is that we are never selling somebody or selling anyone, like not the investor, not the deals, not our players and community, that this is a play to earn game, right? And not only do we say that, we also tell them our entire vision, our entire roadmap. So anybody who actually buys in is buying into a 4 year to 6 years vesting period with our tokenomics. What that means is that it's a long commitment, right? So it's not so much about having a game where you hype it up and it burns so hot and fast that it actually just dies out after 3 months, which is what's happening to a lot of NFT game. And the thing is, they are unable to sustain the interest of the community because the gameplay is relatively weak. It really doesn't give you anything else except that a promise of riches and also NFT floor price to be going up and doubling in a short period of time. So what that does is that it itself is imploding project, right? It is that they will launch something, and the moment they see the promised return, they will start to liquidate the project. And the thing about NFT space is that the moment you liquidate, it means that you are exiting the game. Right, so I think this is the part it doesn't really make a lot of sense to us if we want the game to really be lasting for a long time. So what this means is that we have to find different ways to monetize as a game studio, as a business, because like every other game, if you want to be able to continue doing it, you must be able to monetize the players. Or if not, then you can actually partner with marketing and ad revenue kind of businesses who are willing to use your traffic or your players to really promote or sell different kind of services. I think it is not so much like saying we are going to do all this, but it's just saying that the whole NFT business cannot just function in its own space. If it does that, then there isn't much value you can bring over to the players and also to keep yourself in operations. So what that means is that the NFT, the project, the entire IP has to have a real world connection, business connection with the rest of the other moving parts. Like for example, we're going to be exploring merchandisation. We're going to be exploring physical and tabletop and card games. We're going to be exploring with third-party IPs to really bring in different kinds of game characters and also things that people loved in other games inside our space. And I think these are really some of the strategy that we are already working on. And yeah, we hope to actually make some announcements soon this month with regards to the very first third-party IP that's going to be crossing over. So I think this is really something that we take to heart, right? We see this as a business and we want it to function like every other business. There must be clear accounting, there must be clear figureheads that you can talk to when it comes to looking for collaboration, exploration, and also monetization.
Yeah, and here, look, Emma, one of our community members, shared the white paper of D.G.Pals on stream as well. So if you're new, if you just took a look, because we're live on several platforms. I'm live currently on Twitter, so hello to those currently watching on Twitter, as well, on YouTube and on Facebook. So if you are curious about this project, what Kit has been talking about, what I have been asking, if you want to read more about this, there goes the white paper. We can learn more about the clan and the league system as well. So you mentioned about the game. So I think Is it okay if I show the demo now? This is gonna be my first time, if in case.
Yeah, you can go ahead and play it. I
All
hope you like
right.
it.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Just a disclaimer though. This one has been prepared. No, you can continue to play.
All right.
This version has been
Go
prepared
ahead.
for our stakeholders, our investors, to really show them what the game is.
Mm.
There are actually a lot of features that have been refined. So what you are seeing now will not be exactly the same version that you will be experiencing on the 23rd.
So I'm currently playing this in my browser. So does that mean, will this work in a mobile browser as well, or web app? Like, let's say,
Yes,
because let's say in the
yeah.
Philippines there's a lot of mobile gamers out there. So will they be able to comfortably play this game in their browser? Or-
Yes, for Legends and New World, you can play on browser because it's HTML5 technology. Although we are still trying to optimize for mobile because the game assets are really huge. So if you are downloading from 4G, you might face some issue. So even if you're playing on mobile or tablet, we would advise you to be on Wi-Fi for that.
Cool. Sorry, I'm not reading because I don't want to take so much of it.
It's
I want to
okay, no worries.
explore. I want to explore everything. Okay, I got the pet. I don't know if you guys can actually hear the music. I love it, and I did it on purpose. When Kit, just a trivia. I'm not sure if the background music is too loud, dear viewers. So let me know if it's too loud. But yeah, how do I actually? Because it's too loud for me. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, I love the music. So I just want to share, before this live stream, when we were planning about this AMA, I said, okay, I'm not gonna like play the game. I want my reaction to be as legit and as natural as possible. So yeah, let's go ahead. I love the music, the background music. But by the way, go ahead, Kit. You're gonna be the shoutcaster this time. All right, you're gonna be the commentator. So
Okay, so
how do
I think what you can do is you can go back into the house. You can scroll out.
I scroll out? All right.
Yeah, you can zoom in and scroll out. So inside the house, there's a book.
Hang on, let me
Go
just
down
mute
somewhat.
my tab. The music is too loud for me. So how do I go to the house?
Yeah, just drag upwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's go into the house. Yeah, the hatchery. See that golden book over there on the left? Yeah.
On
yeah.
the left.
There
This
we go.
one.
There.
Okay.
The golden book. No, the golden book
Okay.
inside the hatchery room. There's an
The
arrow there.
hatchery. Where is the arrow? Okay, I'm being noob. There you go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Hatchery. Yay. Okay. Most exciting, if I do say so myself, you can view unhatched eggs. Alright, so will this mean that whatever we have this access in our account in the website, right? So will our eggs be actually like be present in here as well once
Yeah,
the game has
yeah.
launched? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so those who have the unknown NFT egg, right? So the moment you come into the game, they will instantly be sorted into the regular rarity, the rare and the ultra rare. So this is where you can start to see which egg you want to hatch first. So if you want to hatch, go ahead, click on the ultra rare eggs. I think those are the most extravagant when it comes to the animation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do I do? Like I can put maximum of 10 if I
Yeah,
want to
you can do that.
hatch. Okay, so let me do that. I'm gonna hatch all the. I'm so um I'm so rich. I have a lot of ultra rare. Okay. Oh, maximum reached. Oh, could this
Yeah.
be a bug currently because I'm not able to
Oh no,
add?
because you have a pet that's inside the house right now. So you
Ah,
can only
okay,
have
okay,
10
okay.
D.G.Pals at a
Alright.
given point of time. Yeah, you can press
Gotcha.
confirm now and they will start hatching. Or you can skip it,
Mm.
yeah. Right, for everyone, the skip function is not for you, right? The skip function is for
It's just for
the
demo.
VCs. Yeah, it's for demo because we don't want them to wait 15 seconds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Apparently, you guys are not able to hear the music, the sound effects. Okay, got Capin. And then Capin again? I can skip it, right? Like,
Yeah,
for
you
example, the animation, yeah. But I love seeing the animation, so yeah, let's go for that. And you guys, you prepare your questions. Whatever you see in this gameplay right now, just ask away here. But yeah, getting lots of pets now. Okay, I just clicked everything. Okay, where did they go now?
Okay, so yeah, they are now all over the house.
Oh,
You can,
here. Oh, what happened? What's your problem?
it just evolved.
Doji. Okay, so I can select the stats that I wanna
No, it
increase,
has
right?
already
Oh, that's already the increased
yeah. So
stats.
now they're slowly evolving. This is also on expedited timeline, so they
Yep.
evolve quicker.
Mm-hmm. But like in reality, like once you've officially launched the game, how long will really it take to like for these pets to actually like evolve?
Okay, so they go through at least 4 evolution over the course of 5 days.
5 days. Not bad. Just
Yeah,
keep yourself
so
spacey.
yeah, so for the first one, in fact, for the first 3 evolution, they will be completed by the 3rd day.
Okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
let's see get everyone to evolve. I have lots of pets in here. Okay, I'm a mom of 10 now. I'm a mom of
Yeah,
10 now.
so this is what
Gotta
happens
take
when you
care
hatch
all
them
of
all at the
this.
same time.
Yeah. I know, right? Paul, this looks good. The artwork and all that.
Oh, your pet is
Okay,
evolving.
doctor. Oh, it seems like your Bessie is evolving to its next form. And again, Kit said it's expedite form right now because we're doing demo, but it's not gonna be like this in the actual launch. Okay.
Okay, so you can click on your book now, the report, bottom right. Yeah. So
Keep
you
track
can
of
see
it.
that if you have a compass icon on the top right, it means that your D.G.Pal is now out exploring. So now they are not inside the house; they have went out.
Oh, my kids! They're all outside. Oh no, where? Okay, it disappeared. They're home. They're back
Yeah,
home.
you can click on them, then they will find yeah. Let's dismiss the chat. Okay, you click on one of them, then they will come back.
Hey, what are you doing? Okay, somewhere inside. Oh my god, I'm not gonna have 10 children.
Oh, click on it.
For
Click
sure.
on it. Click on it.
Oh,
Collect.
okay. Oh, there.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. Oh, where else? Who else got? So this are the what was that? The OPLs?
Yeah. That's the secondary
Hey, what's
game token.
this? What's this? I mean, icon. What is? Why is it doing that?
It's one of your pet. it
Yeah,
has
I
a
mean,
knife on its
what
head.
is this? Why do you have a knife? It's dangerous. Come on.
It's part of the design.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just mentioning things. Yeah, just keep your questions coming in, guys. Later on, we'll be opening the floor. I'm taking note of all your questions and all that, and we're gonna select 5 questions that we'll answer, and I'm gonna let the Keith select. So, what are the things we can do? Okay, level up. Oh, there's the second floor. This is the second floor, right?
Yeah, it is the second floor. These are the bedrooms.
Cool. How do I actually put them here?
You can't. Sometimes they will wander up here. So if you don't see them on the first floor, if you don't see them out exploring, they might
I
be
wish
there.
I could, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me wanting to be a mom who wants to discipline her kiddos. So what else can we do in
that will
here?
definitely be a feature that we can put in,
Oh.
dragging the D.G.Pals around.
So, like right now, everything is like automated. Like they roam around wherever they want and things like that. They can go outside of the house. They can go inside and whatnot.
Yeah,
And
so
I
this
just
is
wait.
really the part. Yeah, this is really the part where you can start to see the stories. You can close it. Then let's find some of the stories here. You can go to. Oh yeah, you can check on the evolution tree here. Yeah, click on the bottom right, green color button. Yeah, yeah. So this is what you can see as they mature into the final state.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of bios for all of them.
Okay, I'm curious. Like, once there is the official launch, how long will it take an egg to evolve from being an egg to its final form?
So 5 days, right? So since the game is launching on the 23rd, so I can imagine that there will be a lot of eggs that's going to be hatched on the 28th, right?
Yeah,
28th of
but
May.
it will go for this, like, this type first, right? Like for example, this one, Neophi or Dreamy.
Yeah.
After
They'll
five
slowly evolve.
days.
Yeah, correct. They'll reach the final form in the third day. So, but you need 2 more extra days for the final form to be ready to be minted as NFT later on.
So in
Yeah. So
total, just 5 days for everything.
yeah, correct. Just 5 days.
Oh, okay. So like every day you would want to like take a look at, okay, what's happening to my pet in here. So yeah, it's cute. I mean, this reminds me of Tamagotchi as well. So
Yeah,
all
you can
right.
start to see the resemblance of the games that we grew up with. You can start to see the presence and some things that we did for reference. Yeah, like Neopets. I think they are quite popular back then when we were in school. So are Pokemons and Digimon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Event eggs. Okay, this one event eggs. I don't have an events egg in my inventory. So okay, this is the
You
egg
can click on
base
the first book. Yeah, the first one.
log.
Yeah. So this is the one that you can start to see what did they actually did when they went out just now.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see Incensia roam the graveyards of Plantaria in droves, and every night they just sit by the gravestone. So you can click on next. Yeah.
So I'm curious. So there is background information about each of the pets. Does that actually their background does it actually affect how they actually roam around the map?
No, they don't. They are not subjected to their visits or their spaces based on their names or their egg type. Yeah, they get to experience everything.
Okay. So yeah, I was just thinking. Okay, he loves. Let's say for example, each every night they sit by a gravestone. So maybe he'd love to go outside instead of inside home. So yeah, I was just curious about that too. But that's very interesting. And this is the log. Okay, everyone will have. This is like some sort of a diary, right?
Yeah, a
Like
little bit.
for
Yeah,
each day.
yeah.
Cool. So I can keep track of what my pets have been doing all their life here. Wow. I mean, this requires a lot of effort to actually write everything. And
Oh,
is
they just
this
evolve.
like, yeah, they just evolve. And is this um, like because I came from game development and game design as well, and when you're designing a game, usually it has a tree, right? Like for example, you're trying to tell a story. You plot a storyline based on your actions. So did the D.G.Pals team actually went through that kind of process into building the story of each of the pets as well?
I think it goes both way, right? So I think both the writers and the artists, when they come up with the sketches or come up with the initial designs, they kind of inspire each other based on their own creativities and output. So sometimes when, for example, a writer named a Digipal, then based on the name, the artist can actually get inspiration. But it works the other way around. So sometimes based on the design of the sketches, the writer come up with a name. It really have something that works both ways. So some of the digital also have different kind of animation that are inspired either by the name or by the design itself. So I think these are really quite fluid within our design process right now. So I think everyone does have a kind of like a opportunity to really have input or really try to steer some of these creative directions here.
Cool, and I think not just the artists, the team members, the developers, but as well as the community. So I gotta share you, and for sure, those who are already part of the community knows that Digipal's team is very much open to collaborating with the team as well. In terms of we just had our contest about create your Digipals, and who knows, maybe you'll see it in games. So I think that's very like it's a good relationship building for the community and all that, and they just grew, right, my pets.
Yeah, they
they,
did.
they look different. They look different now.
Yeah, they did.
And so with this kind of setup now, let's say okay, I'm a busy person. Oh look, my two kiddos are in here having fun. I don't have a TV. Hopefully we can add some.
So yeah, there's supposed to be a TV there.
Is this a TV already? Not yet. Not yet, right?
No, there's supposed to be a
No,
TV there. I'm not
there's
sure where it
supposed to be
went.
a TV here. I'm gonna buy a TV if there's a way for us to buy maybe in the future in here. So yeah. Oh, I'm so rich in this game. I have a big house. This looks like a mansion for me already. So yeah. So let's say okay, you're a busy person. You're not really that kind of a. Let's say you're not coming from strategy games and all that. Those that require reflexes and all. So this game can be like okay again like a Tamagotchi. I imagine it as like a Tamagotchi but a bigger world. So you can just like keep it say in your phone, in your mobile, or in your account rather than just come back to it later. So again, it's like an idle game. Somehow that you can just like revisit later on once you're ready, depending on your time or availability. Kit.
Yeah. So I think this is really more casual for people to really, again, just to explore the world. I think end of the day is that we understand there are different types of players. We have social players, we
Cute.
have killers, we have
Yeah.
explorers, we have all kinds of players, right? So this is really for people who like story-based stuff.
And they're just roaming around. So I have a question. Some pets that say they're not of like fish type or water type, can they actually like randomly pop up here?
Oh yeah, everyone has a swimming
Oh.
animation actually.
Ooh. Okay, those asking question because Eman was actually part of our community already answered this one. Can we give our D.G.Pals a nickname? Not I believe Eman answered it. Okay, there's a lot of chats in here already. I'm so confused. But later on we're gonna revisit all your questions, so don't you worry. So yeah, it's cool. Thank you, Kit, for showing this to me. And oh wait, what's this? What's this area? Why is this locked? I think it's gonna be a content in the future.
Yeah, PVC.
Ah, there you go. Now we know. Now we know. All right. Thank you so much, Kit, for showing me this alpha version of the new world. I'm not sure if you would want to like show the presentation that you prepared as well. Would you love to share something before we actually open the floor to everyone?
Yeah, so I think just to keep all of our AMA fresh, so even though some of you guys might be hearing about D.G.Pal for the first time, but I also want to really show different kinds of content and also different kind of so-called insights, right, to what we are doing for the project for everyone who has been with us for a while. So here are some exclusive content that I have put together. I hope to really show you guys what we are up to, so everybody know where we are and what's to come, right? So I think to put it bluntly, right? So we can actually easily break down what we are trying to do into multiple phases. So when we talk about pre-phase, right, we are talking about securing development runway, building community, put D.G.Pals in the community's hand. So that's what we have been doing so far. So you can consider what we have done till now, called the pre-phase one, right? So pre-phase one is something that we have already done, completed, and we are moving on to phase one. So phase one is to operationalize New World and Legends to grow the user base. So how are we planning to do so, right? So I think this is the part where we will really be a lot more engaging when it comes to developing relationship with influencers, developing relationship with people who wants to play the game, and also people who thinks that this project is good for the community in terms of like with CDC and Cronos backing the project. So I think we're going to be a lot more involved with them. There's going to be a lot more seminars, a lot more summits, and also a lot more events that we will continue to work with them with to really elevate the so-called the entire community experience for everyone. So I think this is something that we will definitely be doing. So that will suffice the second part, which is called growing the user base, right? So we are actually at the very beginning of phase one right now. And in phase two, so what you can see is the key idea is to foster community bonds through engagement, ideation, co-development, and competition. So this is the part where we are going to be moving on to our TGE, our IGO, the token release. We will be doing land sale. We will be shipping Plaza and Adventure. There will be a marketplace, enhanced user player acquisition. There's going to be a lot more third-party IPs and also starting, or rather finalizing Game 5 and Game 6. Right, so phase three, what we'll be doing is of course, foster the community. Oh, sorry, that's a repeat. yeah, I mean, ignore the first title. I was just preparing this a little bit too last minute. But anyways, yeah, I think the important part is to be delivering Game 5 and Game 6. And the two new and exciting part is really a massive game patch, right, for DGP. So I think this is something that I'm very excited about. It's a 2023 roadmap plan. So this is something that I hope that everything goes according to plan. And yeah, we can see that massive patch be delivered. And of course, there will be introduction of a new NFT type for the Digiverse to explore.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Lovely. And now I guess I'm gonna open the floor to everyone. Kit, I have actually starred some comments in here, some questions coming from the community. I'm gonna give the floor to you to actually select maybe the questions that you would want to answer. But of course, let's keep it unique. Are you able to see it? I'm not sure. You can see it. It's in there is in our StreamYard. There's the live tab, right? Or start, or I as at the same time I can
Okay, I
also.
see it.
Are you see it now? All right,
Yeah,
great.
okay, I see it
So
now.
yeah, go ahead. I'll flash it on screen once you've selected one. And again, to our viewers, what if your question was actually selected? You get a chance to win a DG egg, okay? And that DG egg already later on can transform into an actual NFT. So go ahead, Kit, and select your questions.
Okay, so I'm looking through. Yeah, I really love to cover a lot more. I won't say philosophical, but also grand strategy kind of topics when we are doing AMA, right? Because I think everything that has got to do with the gameplay, we can easily cover that inside the community chat because we have moderators and also people who are excited about the great project who are more than happy to fill it in when it comes to the minor mechanics of how the game works, what to expect, what is the difference between a Genesis NFT, a limited edition NFT, and a regular NFT, and also all these kind of things can be answered over there. So I think one of the questions I saw that I like is I can see three big challenges for every P2E game. So please tell us how are you going to fight with hyperinflation, multi-accounting, and cheating. Right. So I think this is a very good topic because I think when we actually venture into this Web3 space, we also first time experience what botting can do. I think this happened in our Genesis sale, which is not that big of a problem, frankly speaking, right? So I think it's okay for people to bot. It's just that from a community standpoint, people are unhappy when they say that the bots actually got more NFT than they have. So I think it's important for us to take care of the user because if people do want to play it, they shouldn't be shut away from a project simply by not being able to bot themselves. So I think it's really about creating a level playing field, right, for everyone to participate, right? So I think this is the part where the mechanics that we put in is not going to be favoring each or any type of user per se, but at least we will hear from the community what the sentiments are and also work with them very closely to make sure that people get what they want. And of course, we're going to be quite reasonable when it comes to defining what is the term, what is it that you want, and what is it that we are going to fulfill. So as long as you want to be a part of this community, you want to play the game, I think that's a fair enough reason for us to put in some resources to really address that problem, right? And next is, of course, the hyperinflation, multi-accounting, and cheating. So I think this is a part where we are going to leverage on our past experience with other games. We actually have games that work with trillions of so-called in-game currency in the So when it comes to like data analytics, building tools and dashboards to really monitor all these kind of things, we are quite well versed in that, right? So I think when it comes to balancing an economy, we are not just having the math done in the backend before we even roll it out. We actually get it fact checked multiple times. Like for example, we run simulation. On top of simulation, we also do hypothetical or theoretical proving. Means that given different circumstances or different kind of scenarios, what kind of output are we looking at? What kind of inflation are we looking at? At the same time, also, what kind of token sync are we going to see? Like all the burning and what kind of mechanisms, so on and so forth. These are all being backed by not just our past experience, but also up-to-date research on existing projects, like what happened to them, what did they do wrong, what did they do right, and these are really things that we will be monitoring in order to help us understand the data that we'll be receiving and analyzing on a daily basis and react accordingly. Yeah, so I think this is the part that we will be solving these big challenges.
Cool, cool. And I guess the community will really play a part on it, right? Especially the cheating part. Brain. Okay, report us what you know. What you know. So yeah, congratulations, Isa. You'll receive one DG egg later on. So yeah, would you love to select your second question to answer,
Yeah, already
Kit?
looking through. Yeah, so I think while I'm looking through, I just want to add on. Yeah, the community has been very transparent with us, right? Even when they say that, oh, I managed to board and got X amount of NFTs, sometimes they will tell us, oh, I saw this on your contract, I saw this on your API. These
Mm-hmm.
are some of the methods in which I can use it to easily so connect with the contract. So I think these are really that kind of exposure that you don't really get with a conventional, game developer to player relationship outside of the Web3 space.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. So yeah, Isa. Later on, we'll just contact you later. Yep. Go ahead, Kit, and select your second question. I'll I'll uh, I'll give the floor to you. Maybe not Isa anymore. But you can also answer his question if her question if you want, because she has another
They ask
question
a
here
lot
on the
of
live
questions.
stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Select your second lucky winner. It's not just answering the question for them, but also of course they get a chance to win that TG egg. Go ahead, kid.
Right. So I think I will want to answer one of the questions that was asked on Discord. I think you don't have the record here, right?
No, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Everywhere.
So let me just go and find that question again. It is something about multi-account.
Keep your questions coming. So giving you shout outs to Ken, Obina as well, who's currently oh, I know this person. Hello. There is another question that came in here on the stream as well, Kit. Um, if you would want to take a look at it. So we're also
Oh, right.
live.
So
Are
okay.
we live in Discord?
Yeah. So I have one question from actually one of our very hardcore fan, L
Mm-hmm.
from
I wish
Discord.
I could flash the questions on Discord. I found a way to do that. Maybe I can share my Discord.
Yeah.
Anyway,
If
go
check
ahead,
out.
Kit.
Yeah. So I think he asked. So for those who don't have Genesis or limited edition but have eggs, right? So I assume they don't have any OPL to play to hash the egg. I think this is a very interesting topic, right? Because in our strategy, if you go back to just now the roadmap that we presented, I don't have to flash it now. Is that what we essentially did for the Genesis guy is that we gave everyone a onboarding bundle, right? So I think what we define as onboarding bundle is that we expect the Genesis holders to have the ability to onboard newcomers. So what this means is that they are going to be hatching all of the eggs that they have collected over the reward period and also the bundles that they get instantly when they manage to get a Genesis NFT. And these eggs are actually the eggs that we intended for the new users in the future, if that makes sense. So in this game, there is no such thing as breeding. So if let's say a new bunch of guys wants to come in, what we expect is on the 28th of May, there's going to be at least 7,000 eggs that will be hatched. That means 7,000 NFTs, right? That I expect people to either use it to augment or beef up their team, or they can actually start putting up on the third-party marketplace or secondary marketplace to start having so new users to come in and play. And I don't expect this NFT to be super expensive. I hope that they are reasonably priced so that new user can actually come in and start exploring and participate in the game. And for those who actually start getting the NFT straight away, you don't really need more OPL to play because they don't need OPL to hatch. But for those who actually needs OPL to hatch the eggs that they have, they might actually have to start getting their hands on some NFTs to actually start farming the OPL.
Thank you for that information. I just viewed the Discord again now. When I did the demo, they were trying to access the the link as well. But there's a code, guys. So you just wait. It's gonna be soon anyway. Thank you for the answer, Kit. And we have additional questions in here that just came in on the stream as well. Would you like to go through it as well, Kit? Oh wait, who
Yeah.
asked that question? From Discord.
Yeah. L.
Okay, okay. Noted. So, L, congratulations. You're gonna get a DG egg. Alright. Next question.
Okay, let me
We
just.
have. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll just go go over this one. So, what is the major milestone D.G.Pals has achieved so far, and what is in the future pipeline? All right, so I think there are multiple milestones that we're going to talk about. One is that one set of milestones are milestones that we set for ourselves, and the other milestones I think are noteworthy that it happens because the project did well. So the ones that we did for ourselves is that I think to be able to so-called close off the 10,000 NFT sale and also shipping a game in just a period or a window of less than 3 months, I think that's a very, very impressive milestone that the team has able to deliver. So I think when we actually did look at all of the NFT project right now, those who managed to close off the Genesis sale or whatever kind of sales they have done, the game is only ready maybe earliest in 6 months or 5 months time. So I think it's very seldom that we see an NFT project that is so aggressive when it comes to making sure that people don't hold on to the NFT for so long to the point they actually lose interest, and also the team end up spending too much resources engaging the community, keeping them excited, that they actually have to sacrifice a bit more development time to putting the game ready for the market. So I think that's really where the balance lie. So I think this is something that is quite, I would say, well put out right by the whole team. So the other kind of milestones that we actually did is, I think to be able to secure Crypto.com as our seed investor is a very impressive feat also. So of course, Samson is the one that has been doing most of the fundraising, so-called conversations with the VCs and whatnot. And I think because Crypto.com came in, a lot of other VCs actually managed to also start to take notice of our project and start having a proper conversation with our games, with the team, and also start taking the project a little bit more seriously. So because of that, I think it opens up a lot of doors, and I think the project was able to captivate and also capture this opportunity rather than seeing it go to waste. So I think this is one part that I think the team also did well in. I think the most important part is to really look at what is the landscape of crypto space right now because of the recent Luna issue, right? So I think there are a lot of confidence being shaken. People are now thinking twice about investing. I think this is really something that definitely will affect all NFT projects. I hope that we will be able to continue developing. So I think this is something that is going to be the next hurdle that we probably have to cross together, not just as a team or a project, but with all of our partners and whatnot.
Yeah, that's so true. Anyway, I wasn't able to get the name of who actually asked that question. Can you just
Let
tell
me
me the
just
name?
find it.
Yeah, sure. And
Milestone.
okay, we'll be able
Rick
to.
Carlo? Rick Carlo.
What? Rick Carlo. All right.
Yeah.
So oh, congratulations, Rick Carlo. He's also actually in our Discord, but he is here in our live chat. Okay, I've just took note of your name already, and congratulations. You will get one D.G.Eggs. So here we go. All right, for the next question that Kit will answer. Go ahead, Kit. Select your fourth lucky person.
All right, I think that I want to highlight the other milestone that we managed to cross together, but it's not our so-called effort. It's not our drive. It's actually the community, right? That they brought our project to rank number 17 on Ebisu in less than 40 days. I think that is a tremendous milestone that belongs to the community. Thank you guys.
I wish I could share that, and we saw that announcement, I believe. But yeah.
Let me look for the fourth question, right?
Sure. Okay, what other question do we have in here? Congratulations, Rick! And again, anyone who have questions, just drop it in there, either on our Discord or here on the live chat on YouTube or Facebook. There goes one of our very loyal members in Discord as well. Really having all that knowledge about D.G.Pals. Anyway, Kit, so are you able to pick your next lucky question already? Okay, you're muted, Kit. Okay, you're muted.
Yeah, I'm still looking through. I think I'm just gonna cover maybe another Aiza's question because I don't see any other questions that we have not already.
So are we giving her two?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Woo! Wow. Okay. Anyway, go ahead. What lucky Aiza.
So I think
Go
this is the
ahead,
part,
Kit.
also a very interesting topic, right? So currently NFT games are the bridge that connects people to the metaverse. So I would like to know how D.G.Pals teams will help accelerate the adoption of metaverses. How will guilds manage to create this connection between players and the metaverse? Right. So when it comes to the concept of metaverse, right, I think we have to be very careful of with what it does, because I think too many people use it too loosely and too often that it kind of loses its meaning. Like the same concept when the word AI, right, get used by a lot of business people, whereby when you ask a regular programmer, that's not AI, that's just a finite machine, right? It has a data end, or it actually is not infinite in that sense. So when it comes to metaverse, right, it's basically a new virtual universe that has everything and you can do everything in it, right? So whatever that the real world has, it kind of sort of has its own version inside. When it comes to digital, it's not going to be as extensive as that, right? But the thing is, it's still its own universe that we are designing, just like every other game that people create or craft, right? So when you look at Lord of the Rings, it has its own universe. When you look at the Marvel series, they call it the Marvelverse, cinematic Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? MCU. Yeah. So I think this is really the kind of concept that we're going to adopt when it comes to defining what our universe is, right? It's just a game universe. It's not going to be a second so-called virtual reality kind of presence, right, for our gamers to so-called live their life in. So as much as a game goes, right, I think we have experienced a lot of so-called hardcore fans, right, who are really so-called engaged with a specific game. Like for example, World of Warcraft. I have been playing it since it launched, and I'm still have an active subscription right now. And we enjoy the world, we enjoy the universe that we actually sometimes do hang out inside without actually playing the game. Right, I will be standing around the city looking at what people are using, what people are riding on. I think the mounts are really awesome. And sometimes once in a while, I go out to do quests or go out to do raids or dungeons and whatnot. So I think this is really that experience that you're going to be receiving in Digiverse, right? So it's mostly going to revolve around gameplay. It's going to be revolve around socializing with people, but it's all going to sort of funnel into your gaming experience in the Digiverse, rather than it offering you different kinds of so-called livelihood or different kinds of like career perspective, or which is something that the metaverse normally covers. And I personally do believe that games are going to be the very effective uh, sort of vehicle to really move NFT and crypto mass adoption to the masses.
Cool. I do believe on what you said there a while ago that some actually, I can't remember, like, I think last year, some people actually quit their job because they focused on the play to earn, and now it's kind of changing again. But yeah, we'll see what will happen. So again, congratulations to Aiza Chua. You're gonna get your second DG egg, and down to our one last lucky viewer who
And it just
submitted
so
their
happened to
question.
be Ken Ozi Obina. I think that's a
Uh
very
huh.
good question also. So
All
what are the
right.
ways DGP generates profit to maintain the project and revenue model? I think this is a very, very important topic to talk about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like you have rightfully said, a lot of companies or a lot of brands right now are moving away from this concept of play to earn. In fact, people are not starting to take play to earn game concept seriously, because most play to earn will not last more than 3 months in operations, because they don't actually have a secondary monetization model to come in, right? So essentially, what they're trying to do, they just print money and they just take the money from the first group of people who buy into the project, and then they just pay them out over time. So then subsequently, the new group of people comes in because of the hype. They take the second group of people's money to pay out the first group, and it becomes like that so-called infinite uh, rinse and repeat step, right? And yeah, the moment people are not interested in your project anymore, you don't have a secondary monetization model to support your game. Right, so I think this is the part where we look at our business very differently, right? On top of allowing you to participate like every other NFT project in the Genesis sale, the token sale, the land sale, and whatnot, there's also going to be a lot of collaboration between third-party IP, where we are going to bring everyone's favorites IPs into this particular space, right? It's not in the hope that these NFTs are going to be so overpowered that you must have them to progress in the game, but it becomes a novelty item inside this space where you are willing to collect it because it is a big part of your persona. It's also a big part of your so-called your gaming kind of experience, growing up, having these IPs be around. So I think there are a lot of opportunity out there where we will be working with third-party IPs to really bring step into the NFT space, because these IPs are so big to the point. It's a scary action for the company to really dive into the NFT space, because there's a lot of backlash, there's a lot of scam, and yeah, I think that's also been proven. Multiple AAA studio make the announcement, immediately they get that kind of backlash from their community, but they are actually more than happy to participate in a collaboration model, because like a licensing model, right? So they will just say, hey, maybe I can put my characters inside your game. We'll charge you a licensing fee, and you can do whatever you want with it. So I think this is where a secondary business model start to exist, right? And on top of that, there's going to be a lot of merchandising. There's also going to be a lot of other kinds of collectibles that you can actually buy. They may be cosmetic. They may have some effect in the game. It really boils down to what the game is and how the community is willing to accept this, right? Because as we steer away from play to earn, it becomes its own legitimate entertainment game itself. So what it really does is that, once it becomes an entertaining game, the mechanics are all there. The game really matures to the point it's fun. People are willing to invest not just money to get more out of it, but they are willing to invest time because their favorite friends and community is there. So I think these are really going to open up a lot of different kinds of opportunity for monetizations to come in.
Ooh, can't agree more on that one. Especially, these investors, they came into your project early on, and what you want to protect as well is the trust that they have in the project. So I think it's not just about taking care of the players, where they're, let's say, as scholars or whatever you call it, those who would actually rent NFTs and all that, but as well as the investors. So yeah, I love the answer to that question. Congratulations to Ken, Ozzy, Obina. You're the last one to receive that fifth DG egg that we are actually giving away. So again, to those who actually have won, we'll get in touch with you. But yeah, Kit, I guess for my last question for you, so are there any, before we even close this AMA session, right? So are there any exciting news and events for you to share to our community before we wrap up this AMA?
Yeah, I really just want to do a shout out that we are launching the game very soon. So we are expecting the game to go live on the 23rd of May, which is less than 10 days time. And the second game is going to come out on the 31st of May. So 2 games this month, despite the so-called crypto winter that people are speculating. I think the game still goes on. I hope that everyone will like the game, and I hope that you will join our Discord, help us build this to be a better game experience for everyone. Do come in, mingle, and find ways to earn eggs with our different activities and whatnot. Then it really helps kickstart your Digiverse experience and journey.
I have a question. Now that I'm just like playing the game again, what if you have, okay, like what else can you do if you have a lot of eggs that you've hatched already? Like it was mentioned like 10, right? So what else can you do? Like trade in the market maybe, or yeah?
Yeah, so we're going to be having our own marketplace sometime in June. But meanwhile, you can use Ebisu to start trading the NFTs. There are actually 36 final design for these particular collections, and they will do different things inside the game in Legends. So I think it's important for everyone to really know what they are collecting, and also look for the things that fill up their teams, or really synchronizes, or rather synergizes very well with whatever else they may have. So I think it becomes a collection kind of game, right? So I think once you have start hatching all this, when you think that, oh, I don't need this because it's not part of my meta team, you can start to let it out in the secondary market, and maybe get one more that fits your team better.
Cool. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see again. If you missed this one out, there is the DGP Legends as well that is about to come up together with the new world. And what I have showed you a while ago on in the stream, this one is the new world. So yeah, I know some people on Discord are trying to access this link. Apparently, there is a there is a code that you have to enter before you get to even access that. So yeah, hello everyone to those watching or been asking their questions on Discord, those chatting on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. Thank you so much for being in here, and again, Kit, for your time as well. I know like this should be just around an hour, but you know, we had fun taking a. I had fun taking a look at the game because this is my first time to take a look at it and try it myself. And yeah, thank you so much for your time, Kit, and everyone who's on the stream. Again, do join the Discord of D.G.Pals. It's discord.gg/D.G.Pals. Turn on the notification bell on for the Twitter and Facebook accounts. We also, for the Filipino community as well, we have a Filipino Facebook group, which is Filipino of Philippine. I mean, sorry, D.G.Pals PH official, which I myself is moderating. So join us there. Again, thank you so much. I'm gonna be saying goodbye this time. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. We hope to see you in the upcoming AMAs. Bye.